Anti-homosexuality bill, introduced October 14, 2009. This is not the first attempt by an African country to outlaw homosexuality. This new crime carries a death penalty and criminal sentence for having sex while HIV positive. Human rights activists and gay activists say that they will live in fear for more than they do now. The new bill will instill fear because it touches almost everybody. This is a way of saying Ugandans believe the traditional family needs to be protected from foreign and international threats. He once said, "We have our values as much as we respect the values of others, and we think that homosexuality is not a right. If homosexuality were to be legalized, our moral fiber will just be torn down. Society will just be in chaos. You'll see men marrying men, which is contrary to what we believe. It's inherently unhealthy." Homosexuality has always been illegal in Uganda. It bans carnal knowledge of any person against the order of nature, with a possibility of life imprisonment or death. However, at the moment, arrests are uncommon and prosecutions are almost non-existent, largely because the standard of proof requires authorities to catch offenders in the act. In addition, it outlaws any form of sexual relations between persons of the same sex. The proposed bill criminalizes attempted homosexuality, the aiding and abetting of homosexuality, and the promotion of homosexuality. Each of these carry a possible prison sentence of 7 years. The failure to disclosure an offense is punishable by fine or prison sentence of 3 years, and anyone with the knowledge of this crime must report to the authorities within 24 hours. The legislation has created a new offense, aggravated homosexuality, which is punishable by death. Few in the gay community get tested for HIV/AIDS regularly. While struggling with their own identity in the face of immense social backlash, planned safe sex is a luxury. Before the bill was proposed, 3 gay activists were arrested in 2008 for trying to attend and distribute materials to practice safe sex. The government claims they do not have enough money to treat HIV/AIDS among homosexuals. Homosexuality has become such an explosive issue because of the erosion of the nuclear family, the influx on global culture, and the epidemic of HIV/AIDS. HIV/AIDS is most powerful in Africa. The destruction hits hardest on those most discriminated against: women, the poor, and homosexuals. HIV/AIDS education is most denied to homosexuals. This is because Africans deny that homosexuality exists within African countries. This idea has been sewn into African beliefs since colonial times. Many people see homosexuality as un-African. It is un-African to deny homosexuals their rights. It is un-African to deny homosexuals their identity. And it is un-African to let a disease develop because of sexual orientation. Separately from the anti-homosexuality bill, the HIV and AIDS Prevention and Control Bill mandates compulsory testing for drug users and sex workers that are already 2 marginalized groups. This bill expresses concerns that the proposed law only strengthens penalties towards homosexual people. This is adding to a repressive criminal law in Uganda. These outrageous laws are making it difficult for organizations to conduct effective programs within communities. This bill, unfortunately, is full of ineffective approaches that violate human rights and will set us back in our efforts to fight the AIDS epidemic and expand HIV programs nationwide. My fear is that mandatory testing and disclosure will lead to prosecution and violence instead of treatment and care. Many people believe homosexuality as un-African. Discrimination against homosexuality is rooted deep within Christian and Islamic beliefs. Organizations who would put the Ugandan lesbian, gay, bisexual, and transvestite rights activists and who is said to be and who is actually homosexual in danger by posting their information on a website. Uganda is a common place for anti-gay attacks, and in public new conference that the LGBT rights group held, people wore disguises out of fear of the government reprisals. Activists of all all sorts hope that the community can condemn the bill that the Parliament will back down. Around 40% of the government's budget comes from international donors, such as the United States and Europe. The Ugandan Parliament would have to review all international treaties as it signed and render the conflicts with the new bill. This would include conventions such as the United Nations Declaration of Human Rights. This could perhaps spark an international uproar. This bill is a blow to the progress of democracy in Uganda. It goes against the inclusive spirit necessary for economic as well as political development. Its spirit is profoundly undemocratic and un-African.